All right, guys, welcome. Doing a very special edition of the Tuddle Daily Podcast today. If you are in the chat room right now, share this because this is live. And then I'm going to take this audio and I'm going to repurpose it on the audio podcast. But joining me is my good friend, Serak. Serak, how are you,
What's
buddy?
up? I'm good, buddy. How's it going?
Good, man. I got to tell you, you were worried. You said you didn't get a lot of sleep
I
last
didn't get a
night.
lot of sleep at
And
all.
then I was like, I gotta see what this guy looks like because he's always it looks like he has his crap together, and you still do
I have
though.
no pants on right now. I have
Uh,
no pants on.
do
It
you
is
have to do
this
you
looks
have
like
to
a
do it?
turtleneck,
Do
but
you
it's
have to
just a
do
sweater.
anything with your hair, or
Do I
like
do
do you
anything
pick
with it?
it? Yeah, like I mean,
Mm,
like when I because my hair is so short, but like, is there like do you pick it? Do people still pick their hair?
yeah, they do. I don't recently. I have like a sponge and you kind of
Hmm.
just twist it, you know what I mean? And it
What
helps
is
with
that?
the
Wait, whoa, a sponge?
yeah, it's damn, I wish I had one. One
Wait, it's
second. I
like a
think I got one.
loofah or something?
Yeah. Kinda looks like a loofah. Here, I got one right here.
Wait, I gotta
It's
see
this
this.
thing.
Oh
You
my
see it?
god. Wait, whoa. Now
So
is so that's like soft, like kind of like styrofoam
yes.
almost.
So one side, I don't know if you can see, one side is like kind of like the holes are like, kind of looks like waves and stuff like that. But then you flip it over, it's just straight holes.
It looks
So
it looks like a one of those things you put on a waxing wheel when you're waxing a car. You know, like when you put it on that little machine and it
I
spins around
think
and bits of wax on.
I think all black hair products looks like a tool for something else. Like my brush, like people are like, is
Mhm.
that a horse brush? Like, what the fuck? Like, why would I be carried around a horse brush?
Is it real like hard bristle?
It can't
Like
be, it
yeah, like
can
very
be.
hard bristle. Yeah.
Yeah,
Colton, you know, Colton did not. Have you ever? Do you remember Colton's hair? He did not have like really white hair. Like it was very
it was
fine.
yeah,
As you
and kind
can
of like
tell, the owner is
smooth.
driving by on his tractor right now. A hole.
Wait, who's on the tractor?
Oh, the owner of the place.
Oh,
I
okay.
think he does that stuff on purpose.
You think so?
Who
At least,
knows?
at least he's not
Yeah.
like the guy that's like at 6 o'clock in the morning, like cutting the grass. The first sight
No.
of sunlight.
Yeah. Um, Last week when we talked, I asked you to review an
Mhm.
episode of the TV show because you had you even heard of American Pickers?
No,
And
I
tell
mean,
how is that even possible?
yeah, it kind of remind well, because I don't really watch TV much, These days it's streaming, man. It's Netflix, HBO, Hulu, Amazon.
Do you have them
Uh,
all? Do you have
I
all the streaming services?
I think the only one I don't have is Hulu, and the reason I
Hmm.
don't have Hulu because they have commercials anyway. So it's like, what the hell's the point of me watching a streaming service with commercials?
Yeah, I downloaded Hulu just to watch the movie Nomadland that came out. And
What is that
it
about?
it's about around 2008 during the market crisis, financial
Mm-hmm,
crisis in 2008, and
mm-hmm.
people became nomads. They started living out of their trailers and like
Mm-hmm.
vans and stuff, traveling from city to city, trying to find day labor and stuff. And
Oh,
it
that
was a really
sucks.
interesting story. I know it was really slow. It was really slow.
It's like
When was it?
is it like the Big Short? No, I mean that was
I
kind of how
kinda and The Big Short was so good, man.
so accurate too, right? Like they
It,
got everything pretty much right.
do you know that Christian Bale is actually wearing the same clothes that the actual guy, the
Oh,
smart guy,
yeah, what's his name?
the one that shorted all the loans and stuff.
Yeah.
I forget his name, but anyways, he wore the actual clothes of the real person. Like
Well,
he
yeah,
got
that's a must though. Like Christian, that's like for Christian Bale, that's like the easy part. Like I've heard
he,
stuff about him that he just
did
goes
you
into like crazy mode as far as characters.
did you see how much weight he lost in the movie the Machinist?
Yeah, yeah, he was fucking like anorexic.
Now
It
think
was.
about this, Sarak. You work out. He went from that
Mhm.
to how big he was as Batman for the very next role. How
Yeah,
did how is that possible?
well, when you have, I don't know, infinite cash and you can afford the best trainers and chefs and I mean,
And
anybody
that's
can
all you
do
got
it.
to do. Pay me
Yeah.
$1 million and I will be just the most rugged,
Yeah.
thick ass dude that you've ever seen in your life. Because if I'm getting paid, that's all for getting prepared for the role. That's all
Mhm.
you got to do all day. Us regular like Joes, we have to go work a
We gotta
job,
watch
and
YouTube videos like how do you how do you do the superset? What if my gym doesn't have that machine? Yeah,
and
like
we're
fuck.
all and we're all poor. We're all poor because we have to eat cheap. It's cheaper to go.
I
I
mean, you
can
can
get a
do
meal.
calisthenics. You can go outside to the playground and do some pull-ups or some shit.
Yeah, I know, man. I want to start doing pull-ups. I've never been good at pull-ups. I've never been good at them.
You don't really need to be good at pull-ups. I feel like you're never in a situation where like, damn, good thing I did all those pull-ups. Like I'm never like
But
trying to
all right,
climb
what?
something.
Yeah, what if me and you are mountain climbing and your rope breaks and I'm holding
Time out.
you
Me and you are
like and I
mountain
got to
climbing.
pull
See, that's
both of
not
us
even.
up?
First of all, that would never happen. I would never go mountain climbing.
You know that's
After,
only a white people thing
yeah,
too.
I
Like
don't think I know. I don't
it's
know one black person who's like, oh yeah, I just came back from mountain climbing. Like, what? Space
oh
Mountain, maybe?
there's got to be though. Space Mountain. No, but I mean, okay. Let's think about this. Okay, my dad watches this show. His favorite show is Major League Fishing. Yes, very southern type, but it's a bass tournament. Okay, but there is this really good African American bass fisher,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, is that weird or like because I got to tell you,
I
I
don't
have
know.
fished with some African Americans, and they killed me. They killed me when it
How
came to the
I don't
amount of
understand
fish
how it's
that
a
they caught.
competition. Like, how can you be a good
Wait,
fisher?
yeah, that is kind of true. But there is a skill, or do you think there's not a skill to it?
I mean, I think. Well, I mean, if you know where certain fish are as far as like location, yeah, that's a leg up. But like when it comes down to it, it's just whoever, whoever gets the bite. It's not like
If
you
I'm
got
a
some
betting man,
strategy
if I'm a betting man, you have never fished a
ever,
day in your life.
ever. I've never fished. I always want to go. And I got a buddy who says I need an ugly stick. What is? I have no idea
Yeah,
what that is. Is that
it's
like
a
for
it's a type of
beginners?
rod. It's a type of rod. But but that doesn't concern you, man. Like
That I
seriously,
never
like if
fished.
that shit is really going down, okay, the government collapses
Mm-hmm.
and there's no food or anything like that. And I could survive off of the fish because I know how to fish. That doesn't concern you,
You
like
say
a
that, but like
skill that you
you
need.
wouldn't get to that point to where like you want to fish. Like it would have to be like your last resort. Like you'd wait it out. Like if
What?
like in Texas right now, like well not right now,
Uh-huh.
but like with the whole freeze over, right? Now say if something like that happened in Florida, not necessarily a freeze, but say the power went out for 2 weeks or something
10
like
days,
that.
last big hurricane
Yeah,
over here
okay,
on the
well,
East Coast.
right. So 10 days. So like you would need more than 10 days of no power for you to eventually decide like, all right, I'm just gonna go fishing for my food. Like
Yeah, I
it
mean,
hasn't got to that point yet where you got to do that.
but it doesn't bother you like you don't know how to do certain things. Changing a tire. Have you ever had to
Yes.
change a tire?
Yes. I
You
just
know
don't
how
know
to
how to
change a
I
tire.
just never fished or hunted, but
That's weird. Like,
I've seen enough movies and shows to kind of have an idea how it goes.
dude, it is way different than that, man. You would be coming to me like it would make me feel like the most once again saying rugged man. Like if
Uh-huh.
Serak came to me and was like, Tuddle, I haven't eaten in like 7 days, and I need you to catch me some fish, and
Honestly,
and I'm what
you know what I would do? I would watch
what
somebody
skill
fish.
would you trade with me?
I would watch somebody fish. And once they're done, I would probably just like stick them up or something. Like, thanks for all the hard work you did. I've only taken a couple fishes.
Oh yeah. So
What?
you're gonna jack me for my fish.
I mean, if it's like if
You're gonna
not
jack me. You're
you,
gonna roll
listen,
up.
not you personally, but like, I mean, if it's like chaos everywhere and everybody's fending for themselves, yeah, of course you gotta have some type of means of
Break yourself. Drop
break
those fish,
yourself. Put
man.
the damn
Break
fishing rod
fish
down
down.
right
Yeah.
now. But you can't do that in Florida because, like you said, everybody has guns, so they probably just shoot you.
Oh man, dude, I don't road rage anymore. I do not road rage because I'm just afraid you don't even know. Even grandmas are packing right now.
Yeah, but I don't really have a lot of road rage, but when I do, it's like you don't care who that other person could be. it could be the scariest person on the planet. And like, I'm so like seeing red that like, I don't give a fuck if it's grandma, a 3-year-old driving, or, you know, some WWE wrestler. Like, I'm pissed. I remember one time I was, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I was driving. It was late at night. And like, I don't know if you know in Tampa, but like, there's a couple of bridges connecting some of the little smaller islands, like Harbor Island, Davis Island type deal.
Yeah.
And it's the intersection to where like you kind of have to merge all the way to the right. It's kind of hard to get over because there's traffic on the other side. And there was this guy in a Range Rover, and I had my signal on trying to get over, and he just, you know, basically being a dick. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, but like, you know, pretty much cutting me off.
He rode your door. He rode your door.
Yeah,
like
kind of wouldn't let me get over. So like, I was pissed about something else, and I pull up. It's a red light. I pull up, windows down already. I already have a window down. Put up next to him. He looked over, and I was, you know, I gave him the, and I just tore into him, and like, I thought he did it on purpose.
Out an old man. You cursed out.
He wasn't that old. No, he had to be like 40 something. He looked like, you know, he didn't look that old. But yeah, man, like, and I just tore into him, and then like he said to me like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You can go ahead of me." And then I was just like, "Oh." You know, I immediately felt bad over it. I immediately felt bad because he clearly did it on accident.
The last road rage incident I was in. So, you know, at the BRN studio where you come out to that light and then you make a right there to go to the mall. The mall across 275. The one you know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
We go to Chick-fil-A, but this one woman completely laid on her horn, like at the light. And I just pulled up and I was like, what's the problem? And and the first thing, it was the black lady. She said, "Oh, this is what we got here. A bunch of Trump supporters, you racist ass motherfuckers." And I'm like, it shut me down because I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how? I mean, it would have made me look. I mean,
imagine if I was in the car.
I mean, that was like she threw a grenade.
And I just kind of like peeked over. You know, you're like,
or you rolled the back window down at the PT, and you were like, "Hey."
Like that happens sometimes, right? Like where you see the person is not who you expect.
No, you
guys just nod like.
And you know what she would probably reply was like, "Yeah, why is the black man sitting in the back seat, yo?
Are they kidnapping you? I mean, are they kidnapping you?"
Yeah, no. Did you have to move out of that front seat?
Yeah.
Because the white guy was getting in the PT and you had to go to the back of the PT. No, that's not how it was going, lady. Yes, man. God. Crazy.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so back to your review. American Pickers. You've never heard of the show before.
Never even. Nope.
All right. So do you even know the name of the two characters?
John and Steve.
Nope.
Was that close?
No. Frank and Mike. All
right. That was my next guess. Frank and Mike, John, Steve. Same thing.
Do you remember the woman's name that would call in and like give them the tips and stuff? She's the one that has like all the tattoos and stuff.
I'll say this. I watched it on YouTube. It was a free episode on YouTube, and I kind of caught it towards like the middle. The chick wasn't even there. It was just the two guys. They were trying to like
Danielle.
They were trying to. Why is she like? No,
Google Danielle. No, Google Danielle from American Pickers. You will automatically see why I like her because you know the type of chicks that I'm into.
Okay, let's see. It says arrested.
Very like
she got arrested.
She might have been. She got a lot of tattoos.
Danielle arrested factor. Oh, I don't know if this is true or not. Yeah, she's. I mean, it's my resolution on my computer screen. It's not where I need it to be. I mean, she's all right.
Have you ever been into like weird like emo chicks? Like, I mean, have you ever like?
Not really.
No. You never bagged one? No.
Too pale.
No.
At least they seem like they're all too pale. I don't know. Is that a bad thing? Is that like saying too black?
What are you? No. Yeah,
it kind of is. If I say somebody's like, too pale, like, that's no different than them saying like, "Oh yeah, he's too black." Like, oh shit.
Or you're yeah. It's like, oh, that black man's too white or whatever. You know,
no,
it's like,
black people can't be racist. Come on.
Whatever. But is there like? I mean, I've well, God, we're getting off again, but this is a serious question. Is there like segregation in races, like not racist, like African Americans, like the darker will,
Oh hell
like,
yeah.
oh man, oh, there is
Not,
really
but not like, not, how do I
not
say
like
this?
hate, but
Yeah, but like kind of like that I'm better than you type of mentality. It seems like
why? Because
it seems like the dark you are,
they're
the
not
worse you get
pure.
treated. No, I mean, I just
Oh,
can,
oh,
yeah, I mean, unless you're somewhere where everybody's dark, and that's just I mean, I don't want to, I'm just trying to speak the truth,
but
but that's what it seems like.
like, do you have something against like the skin comparison or something? Is that why you don't want
I
to go
don't,
too pale
I
with it
don't.
with the white like? Yeah, does your chick at least have to have a tan? Because I know the chick that you're dating. Like, I mean, for real.
Baby, you need to you need to go out there and go ahead and tan for a little bit. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. Me personally, I don't, and I don't want to sound like cliche when everybody's like, me personally, I'm different. I mean, no, but nah, I mean, I
Mhm.
don't care. But I do. But I will tell you this: there is some like
Yeah.
disdain towards darker complexion people, just in general, not just from the black community, from a lot of different
Yeah.
communities, but even within the black community, it's nothing like terrible, but it's always like jokes and shit,
Yeah. Yeah, we got some chat stuff coming in. I'll have to read those right there. But American Pickers. So what did you think of the show?
I
I mean, is it just garbage? Because older white people love American Pickers. They absolutely love that
It's
shit.
like a mix between Pawn Stars and like Sanford and Son, a little bit. It's like, oh, the episode I watched was
Mm.
they were buying a like an old gas station thing. I don't even know what the hell you call those things. Like a pump,
Gas
pretty
pump.
much. Yeah, an
Gas
old one
pump.
from like 1940
Mm.
or 30 or something like that. And they were, I guess, negotiating. But is it a negotiation if one person says, we'll give you this, and the guy just agrees? Like when you watch
No.
Pawn Stars, it's always like a back and forth. Like, hey, I'm trying to get 10,000 for this. And like, how about 8? I'm like, how about no? And like, all right, 75, final offer. No. In this show, he was just like, I remember he was saying, yeah, 15,000 for the gas tank. And like the customer was just like, okay. Like
Hmm.
everybody just agreed to whatever their value was.
No, but they will run into some dicks though. Like
Okay.
they are just stiff as fuck with the people. Like they will not budge on a price. And like sometimes Mike and Frank will have to like pay their price. Like they're just like, no, I'd rather just keep it.
Yeah. I mean, what, like, okay, give me an example of an item that, they had to,
Okay, you know those pumps, those gas pumps that they were buying and stuff.
right.
They come a lot of them come with globes on top of them. Okay, kind
Right.
of like
Like Coca-Cola or
advertising
some
what
shit.
gas and stuff it was. Yeah. And they found a bunch of these globes, but the glass was not that great back in the day, and a lot of them are usually cracked. But if they find a pristine one, like one that's never been cracked,
Mm-hmm.
original paint and everything, they will pay high dollar for it. Now, I've also
Really?
seen Frank.
Why?
Yeah, I've also seen Frank and Mike, and this is the worst negotiating, that the guy will give them a price that they think is too low. Like because they don't want to look like dicks on TV, like scamming some old person out of their money, like because they have no clue what it's actually worth. And the person and Mike and they'll be like, no, you're kind of low on that. And I'm like, this is some bullshit. I want to see you
No,
guys
we
rip
want to
off.
pay you more. Yeah, like what the, and I'm funny you said that. It's great that you said that because when I was watching, a lot of it seemed like scripted. You know what I mean? Like in a sense
Oh,
to where
all
like
reality TV is though.
I know, but it was like almost too obvious to where like the guy would say, well, I guess that's like, there's just some shit that you would never say in a real exchange. Oh, thanks. How much? Okay, great. All right, see you later. No, like, let me think. Like, it was just too
Mm.
almost like trying to fill in space, pretty much. And
All right. So yeah,
actually,
go ahead.
speaking of that, and the reason I know this because I think I told you this before though, but a couple years ago when I kind of like first moved to Tampa, my buddy was on like one of these MTV dating shows. The damn, I forgot what it was called.
Oh
Friends,
man,
something Friends.
they came up with some really like. Did you ever watch the TV show Catfish?
Yeah, it
A
was.
lot of that seemed set up too.
Yeah, I think it is. And then the show he was on, oh, god damn, I forgot what it was called. But basically, the whole storyline is like his best friend is some girl, and he like loves his best friend, and he has to break it to her. They go on these dates and stuff like that. Fast forward, like in every episode, he has to get like, recommendations from a friend. And on this episode, I happen to be that friend. So like
Oh,
they,
you were on. Oh,
yeah,
did
yeah,
he
yeah,
call
yeah,
you? It was
yeah.
like phone a friend on like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
No, it was like, I mean, I was part of the show for like a quick second. Like they had like producers and directors and all this stuff come out and they'd film them. They would skate into the beach and all this crap. And
Oh, I bet you had your shirt off too. Like,
no,
hey,
no.
hey,
We were
now,
at a
now,
like we were at a bar. Like we could
it's Florida, man. People have their shirt off at bars all the time. Did you ever hear Bubba tell the story? When they got in trouble for the hog situation. When they killed the hog in the parking lot. Did you ever
I don't
hear
remember
that story?
that.
Are you kidding me?
Was it like
You
for like
really
a pig
like
roast or
you
something?
no, you did not do any research and try to learn about the show when you applied for
Listen,
the
I'm the
internship,
type to
did
read the
you?
back of the book, right? Read the summary real quick.
No, dude. So are you serious? No, he almost went to jail for butchering a live hog down in the parking lot
Aren't
of the
they always?
studio and then cooking it the right way. And this was a real trapper, and they wanted to,
Why
show
is that
people
illegal?
how to do this. They thought animal cruelty. PETA came after them.
Animal
Everything.
cruelty.
Yeah, exactly. And Bubba, you know how they give you the perp walk when they like
Hmm.
let you out and stuff, and all the cameras. He said Hogan used to tell him. Hulk Hogan used to tell him, man, brother, man, if you're ever going to be on camera, do some push-ups before you go out because you want to look a little pumped or whatever. So
Yeah,
that's
get
what
that
I
blood
can
going.
imagine. Like you hit the gym before your MTV appearance. And
No,
you're like,
I
oh,
was I was a little I was a little bit leaner than I am now. But like they had the guys from Bartow, like my buddy. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but we had to go back to Bartow at like 8 a.m. in the morning to this bar, and they had to like put
to
the
make it seem like it was night.
yeah, to make it seem like it was dark. And it was just me and him there. First of all, I assume that kind of be weird. But then like I had to sit down and he had to be like, hey, Serak, yo, man, I got a confession. And I'm like, what the fuck type of confession is this about to be? It's like, yeah, so and so, I think I'm in love with her. And we had to redo that like 20 times. Like the producers would ask you, like, hey, so how did that make you feel? Like, can you answer in this way? So when you watch those like reality shows and they always seem like they're talking nonsense, it's usually because the producer is telling them to say this, or like kind of like, leading that question up with a certain answer.
Did you ever were you ever a fan of the Real World?
Yeah, yeah. There's a couple guys
Yeah.
from Michigan that were on there.
Yeah, what was my favorite season definitely was Seattle, but that might have been like before because I was like 20 or 21 I think when Seattle
Seattle.
happened.
Damn,
Yeah.
all I remember is that guy Tech. Was he on
Oh, yeah,
Seattle?
yeah, yeah. I think I'm not sure, but uh in this episode this one white girl was like picking on this big black guy, but he was a little effeminate kind of,
Yeah.
and they got into a fight and he slapped the fuck out of this bitch.
I think I remember that. Were they like at a bar or something?
Something, man, but
And he
man,
like came back and like slapped her like
yeah, just
around
yes.
somebody.
Yeah, not even like backhand, like with the open palm. What
Yeah.
is worse? Is it like as if a guy steps to you
Mhm.
and like just hits you with the back of his hand or open hand? What is more disrespectful? Because if
Definitely.
you
Somebody
back of
hits
the
you in the
hand,
back of their hand. I mean,
that's
like
like
you
their
actually got to
bitch.
consciously think about hitting somebody. Like you got to plan it out in your head. Like, all right, so I'm gonna swing when he turns left. Yeah, you get hit with the back of the head. And I think it's like you're supposed to have like a duel after that, right? Like it's a
Yes,
challenge.
exactly.
You go get your
That is
sword.
yeah, that is definitely a challenge. But I mean, getting slapped for a dude is just so much. Like I think I'd rather almost be punched.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
you don't know how
like
to react to a slap. Like a lot of
like
times,
yeah.
I've been slapped before, and I always think like it was an accident. Like I thought, like I always think like something from the side hit me in the
Have you
face.
have you ever like been with a chick that just for some reason like was just crazy as fuck one night and just wanted to argue about everything and just kept like pushing you and pushing you and pushing you, just trying to coach you into a
Oh
fight.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
you were just like you were like, I got to get out of here because
I'm gonna
for
slap the
some
shit out of
reason,
you.
no, but for some reason, I'm not trying to be
Wow. Backhand. like this.
but
Just
but
slap it.
but it's like that little hammer that they hit you on the knee with, and your leg kicks out,
Yeah.
your reflexes. It's like, I'm not saying, have you ever heard Sean Connery, um the guy that played James Bond,
Yeah.
Sean Connery? Barbara Walters was interviewing him one time, and he explained why it is okay to slap a bitch every once in a while. And he was like, women always have to have the last word. And when you give them the last word, they still want more. And they
Mhm.
keep going and going and going. And sometimes it's called for. I don't do it hard, but it just snaps them
Like,
out of it. No, but Sean Connery was like, it's kind of like a hard reboot, like where you hit the power button and the
yeah.
home button on your
Well,
iPhone.
it
Like,
depends on how hard. I feel like a little like slap tap is more disrespectful than a hard slap.
but have you ever had a girlfriend like hit you and you were like,
Oh, all
you
the
had to
time.
walk away? Like,
All the
damn,
time.
dude,
Bow, bow, bow.
closed fist. Like, I mean,
You know what's
you,
funny? People see like they could tell I can work out. They see my size, so they just assume like that. I could take a beating or something like that. Like, you have people punch you. You're like, oh, he could take it, or like people that ask me to help them move and shit. Like, come on, man, I don't go to the gym to help you do shit. So yeah, I mean, I've been slapped a few times.
man, yeah, you just got to walk out, man. I mean, because it's a losing battle. Like Sean
Yeah.
Connery said, you're never gonna get that last word in.
Ex-
And then when I got married, I finally like learned. I was like, you don't have to win. Make her think she won, and
Mhm.
just go about your day, so you don't have to keep hearing her bitch about stuff. Maybe that's
It's
why I'm
true.
not married. So, but I mean,
Let
you
me get
don't
some
have to
marriage
win
advice
as a
for you
guy.
guys. No, you don't have to win. I think not saying anything is winning. That's what
Yeah.
drives people crazy. Like
Uh,
ignoring someone is worse than giving them time of day.
well, I'm not saying ignore, but kind of like baby face and just be like, yeah, yeah, you're
Have you
right.
ever?
I
Did your
should
parents slap
not.
you at all?
Oh, dude, I got spanked. My dad did it. The worst part of
Spanked
that
or
is my
whooped?
dad worked until 5. Whooped with a belt, like
Okay.
belt. Like he would play at the gimmick. He would come in
Uh-huh.
and he would take off the belt. Like he wouldn't come in with the belt in his hand. He he would do the whole thing where
Do
he
the
would
build
take
up.
it off his
Do the build
take it
up.
off his waist, and then he would do the stereotypical snapping the belt thing.
Oh man.
But one time I was so dumb. This is how dumb we are as kids, okay? The worst part was if you got in trouble early and your mom said, go wait in your room for your
Go
dad to
wait in
come
your
home.
room. That's so
That,
torturous, right? Go wait in your room
for
for your
your,
ass whooping.
yeah, yeah, like you just have to sit there and think about it, okay? And I remember, I think I might have been like 14 or 15, or no, 13. I told my dad, I said, I don't think you can make me cry anymore when you spank me. And he must have registered that
It's
as
a
a challenge,
challenge. Okay.
because the very next time I knew my ass was in trouble, I stuffed my pants with like socks and underwear. Like I had
Mhm.
a donk. He just didn't realize it, but I had shit stuffed in my pants. Okay. So he starts hitting me a couple of times and I don't sell it. I do not
Oh,
sell
you're laughing.
the hits. And
Ouch.
and and he knew, no, I wasn't laughing. I just didn't pit it over enough. And he was like, he knew what's in your pants after the third one, because he must have been bringing it, like I said, because I challenged him last time. And he was like, this dude ain't crying. He's either tough or this little I almost said a bad word. I know we can curse, but I almost said the F word for gays on the show, and I don't want to do that. But what I'm saying is that he bare ass got my ass whipped
That
with the
happens.
belt, the
That
leather
happens
belt.
sometimes. I was always
Now my dad, did you?
no. I mean, I was a good kid though. That's the thing. Like, I was always really good at like being the one that didn't get in trouble or didn't get punished. Like with my cousins, like we
Were you the
go.
baby? Were you the baby?
Uh, I guess
Because the
so,
youngest always gets treated differently.
but not like just like not in my like immediate family, like my sisters and stuff like that. It's just like even with like aunts and uncles, like I will be out or just being kids doing something stupid, and something will happen, something will break. It's usually when something breaks. And I remember one time my granddad at the time, he's dead. I don't know why I said at the time, like he's not my granddad anymore. But I was really young, but I remember I was with my cousins and something had happened. And I remember my granddad opened the door. He already knew what the fuck happened. And it was like open the door in this at the same time the door opens, like a belt just comes swinging, and he whooped like both of my cousins, and then he just let me go free. He was like, "Oh, Serak, I knew you wouldn't do anything like this." I'm like, "You damn right, I wouldn't do anything like this." So
Man, they had to hate you for the favoritism.
they don't hate me, but they just were more. They got in trouble more than I did. But my mom, she's clever. She like because my parents were divorced, so I spent time at my mom's house, spent time at my dad's house. So my mom, she would like always just
She knew the real Serak.
not that, but like she would catch me like in the car, like where I had no place to hide or run. That's probably like the most stressful times, like when you're in the car and then your mom's like, "So why did you do it?" And you're like 8 years old, like, "My friends." Like, "Your friends jump off a bridge, you're gonna jump off a bridge?" I'm like, "Maybe." And then next thing you know, it's a fucking slap right to the face.
I know. Hey, what do you, I've had my YouTube channel for quite a while. One of my most popular videos was a video I found a long time ago, and I wanted to get your opinion about this.
Okay.
It is a black woman mother, like punishing her daughter. Now, not hitting her, but like blowing her up on Facebook, on her own Facebook.
Embarrassing her, or like
just
actually
embarrassing the fuck out of her, like, because I guess she got caught sending like nude pictures to a boy or something.
Damn,
and she even brought that up and on her own Facebook, and then she was like, "What about all these fights you're trying to get into? What about Kayla Baines?" And I'm like, "Oh, I gotta meet this Kayla Baines, because I guess Kayla Baines and her daughter were supposed to fight." And
like,
yeah, but this was like a 10-minute video, and you could tell that this daughter's been hit before, because the mother raised her hand real quick
and immediately,
and she flinched. It was like the mother wasn't intending on hitting her. She just moved quick with her hand, and the daughter was like, ah.
But mothers are so like that with their daughters. Like that would never happen. Like if her like son wasn't around or anything like that, the son would never get it like that.
280,000 views on that video on my YouTube channel.
Wow.
And I know it's not my content, but I just posted it back in the day, and that's been one of the most popular videos that I've ever had.
That's sad, right? Like, you just happen to catch that on, like, someone happened to catch that on video. That shit probably happens all the time.
Well, it was on Facebook. It was on her Facebook Live, buddy.
Like, this is what happens when, like, first of all, mom doesn't even understand Facebook Live or how things can go viral. And, I don't think you should embarrass your child like that. Like, it's not.
Does she understand what can of worms she's opened up?
Yeah, like, you just like
now, like, all of her friends at school have seen.
Oh, you can't go to that school.
And now that I know, no. But get this, no, the mother just advertised that there are nude pictures out there of her daughter. Now, all the dudes in her high school are like, "Oh, we got to find out who has these pics, who sent those pics." That's how it works.
Yeah, they should. Oh my God, it's terrible. You just ruined this. You just literally put this kid on like suicide watch easily. How old was the kid?
I know,
high school age,
probably 15, 16.
That's the worst time for some shit like that to happen.
Couple of years.
That defines who you are as an adult.
I'd rather get beat.
Like, I'd rather get beat.
Get beat.
Yeah. Like, because at least if you get beat up,
because
like,
you're gonna
your boys will be like, "Oh man, wait, you took that ass whooping well." Yeah, thanks, I guess. But like, you get like embarrassed by your mom, and you got your nudes out and slapping you, and like, oh shit, man, like, you need a new family.
All right, the next thing I want to talk about with you, I talked about this a little bit on my stream last night. I don't have the big movie packages here at my parents, because they just have like DirecTV or Dish or whatever, but we get like Encore and Stars. We don't get like HBO, Showtime, Cinemax.
Right.
And they've been killing it with the movies. And one of my all-time favorite movies, and it was a movie that I actually went to the theater and saw, and after it, I actually did not feel safe. But you also got to understand, I was young at the time.
Columbine?
What, if you had to guess, what movie? It was like 93, 94.
Documentary.
No. Columbine wasn't until 98, 99.
And it made you scared for real?
Was,
I don't know. Top Gun?
mm-hmm.
Was that too soon?
No. Have you seen the movie Higher Learning?
What's that about?
Are you fucking kidding me? Serak, this movie will change your life.
Higher Learning? You say you were scared afterwards. I don't want to watch something to scare me.
No, but it showed the realness of America and how racism still exists. Do you know Michael Rappaport? Do you know Michael Rappaport?
Yes.
Please, I want you to review the movie Higher Learning.
Higher Learning.
Ice Cube. It's one of Ice Cube's first. It is one of Ice Cube's first movie. Omar Epps in it. Tyra Banks, a young Tyra Banks, is in this movie.
Maybe I have seen it. Hold on.
It is. I can't believe you've never seen the movie Higher Learning. Remy, remember the kid who was Michael Rappaport? He keeps getting picked on, and the Aryan brothers like take him in, and he shaves his head, bald head, and he goes. I don't want to ruin it for you though if you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. No. Oh, I'm looking at the IMDb.
It is so good.
Higher Learning. I was 6 years old when this came out. Maybe I have seen it. I just can't remember. You know, like when you're black, you got certain movies you like have to see apparently.
Oh, but the reason why was because I was like the only like white dude in the movie theater at the time. And see, I don't want to ruin the movie for you, but once you see the movie, you'll understand why I was like, okay, I need to get the fuck out of here.
This is 90. Yeah, I'll check it out tonight. Higher Learning. Well, what is it on? You said it's on
It's been on Encore Stars, but I'm sure you can find it somewhere.
YouTube, actually. You probably watch it on YouTube. I feel like after 20 years,
get old enough, when movies get old enough, you'll find full movies on YouTube all the time.
Higher Learning. Yeah,
full movie.
I'll definitely watch this tonight.
But it is so amazing. And I'm telling you, I think you will actually like it, and you'll understand why I was actually scared.
Yeah, now I can see why you said.
I was like,
I don't know how the movie ended, but hopefully it ended.
It does not end good at all, my friend. And the movie was back in 93, 94, and this is before like mass shootings got really, really bad.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it crazy though how like
I'm not saying anymore
how certain movies can like bring out so many like emotions even though they're just actors, you know?
Dude, we hold on. What the hell is? Hold on.
Oh, your connection? Yeah, you're kind of blurry.
Yeah, my connection.
You look like one of those filters on Instagram.
As long as the audio is good. As long as the audio is good. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I can hear you just fine.
Okay, so yes, I want to hear what you think about that movie, and then there was one other thing that I wanted to talk to. Oh, March 1st,
National Women's Day month.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's amazing. I didn't know about it though.
You think it's amazing, dude? Your chick must be watching this right now. Like,
she is now. It's National Women's Month.
Oh yeah, baby.
It's the best day of the month of the year. It just sucks that it's during March Madness. You know, it's like
See, you're supposed to. Yeah, you're supposed to be showing attention to your chick during Women's Month, and you're like, baby, it's the Final Four.
It was just Valentine's Day, like literally 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, now those are the other holidays that are so one-sided for men.
Yeah,
like Valentine's Day, like the guys get screwed over. But if you're a guy and you forget a woman on Valentine's Day, oh, you're fucked.
You gotta wait till next year. Yeah, that's the only redemption.
Same thing goes for Mother's Day, Father's Day. Father's Day.
What the fuck? When is it like? I mean, I guess every day that it's not a holiday, it's a guy day, right? I don't know how that works. I feel like if you don't have a holiday named after you or in your, in your name, then every other day is technically your day anyway, right?
But I agree. But what if you are, because remember, Black History Month is in February. What if you are a Black woman and you get 58 days in a row? Like you get back to back. You're double stacking months.
I don't think a lot of women know it's National Women's Month. That's a good question. I'll text my sister. I say, hey, you know what month it is? And she'll probably just say March Madness.
You know what would be, you know what would get you some points is that if you text your chick and you're like, hey, baby, I just wanted to wish you a happy National Women's Month.
It's too late, though. It's the second. You got if you don't do certain things you have to do on a certain day
No,
where it
it's
doesn't
called a
count.
month.
No, I know, but you got to
No,
catch it
it's
at the
called a
beginning.
month.
You have to catch it at the
Oh, you
beginning.
you only get that first day?
Listen, like you know how people have birthdays, like they throw their like
Mhm.
it's like my weekend birthday party, right? Which is first of all, I feel like it's stupid. You don't need a whole weekend to celebrate yourself getting older. But yeah, like the best day is the day of your actual birth, not everything before, not anything after. So if the first is the start of National Women's Month, you gotta get all that shit on the first. You don't want to be like, you don't want to be late to the party. Hey, today's March 15th, baby. Happy Happy National Women's Month. Like, it's too many other more drinking activities this month to for me to remember National Women's Month.
Have you ever known that person that they're like, it's my birthday month. This is gonna be my best month. This is we're partying, we're doing it right. I don't it could be a guy. If that's a guy, you
That's
should
so
clown the
weird.
hell out of
I feel
him.
like Jesus doesn't
But
even have a
sometimes
birthday month. He just has a date.
that's how people the self-importance of people nowadays. All right, Serak. So yeah, watch Higher Learning, and
Listen,
then
if you want
we'll get
people,
a review.
if you want people to pay attention to National Women's Month, this changes to National Mom's Month. That's how you literally just take out women and put in mom, and it gets so much more attention.
Because everybody has a mom.
Exactly.
Manson and his wife owned or still own a florist. And they said, I asked him, I said, and he said, Mother's Day by far is the
The
biggest day
busiest.
when it comes to flowers because everybody, well, not everybody has a mom, but everybody has had a mom
Well,
at one point.
everybody's yeah. I was gonna say like unless you clone or cloning people. Yeah, this would be a good time to buy flowers now while they're cheap. Get them, get it out the way now. Mother's Day's in May, but I'm telling you, get a hell of a deal right now if you buy it early.
Oh, so if you get early scheduled, do you get the prices now or do they prorate you
You
like,
get
oh,
like
it's going to be this
the
price?
normal prices, but like if you
Mm.
try to do like Valentine's Day, if you try to like order flowers on the 10th, well, I say the first 2 weeks beforehand, all the prices are skyrocketed. They always put like their most expensive items on the front page. Shipping takes 8 to 12 weeks, however long it is. But if you do it early, you ain't got to worry about none of that stuff.
So, Rock, tell people how they can find your show, The Weekly Review, online.
Of course. What's up, everybody? So for weekly review, man, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts. All right. It's the weekly review, but you can just type in my name, which is way easier. It's Serak. Serak, not like the liquor, even though I get that question asked
That's
a
your
zillion
tagline every
fucking
time.
times. I have to now because
No,
every
you have to because I always say greetings and welcome. I actually started changing it, but that's what I was known for. And I always like, I hope everyone is having a great day so far. Very Mr.
yeah.
Rogerish when I start my show. But
Hello, everyone.
yes, howdy
Like
neighbor.
fuck, I didn't say that in my head.
But yeah, every time now that you do spell out your name, you always you know what? You should get a sponsor. Ciroc Liquor is getting all this free advertisement based off of your
Yeah, but
name.
I know but I don't know how to get in contact with them. That's the only hard part.
Oh, let me be
Like,
your representative. I
yeah,
only I only take 5%. That's it.
like, hey, Puff Daddy, or well, they call him Puff Daddy now, right? Or is it Pete?
I thought
What is
it's
he?
B.
It's
I don't
Diddy now,
know.
right? Isn't it just
Yeah.
Diddy? God damn.
What if he goes to would it be could Diddy pull off if he went with nothing but a symbol like Prince did back in the day?
I think
Or,
so.
yeah, you think so?
What would be his symbol? Like exclamation mark?
No, it would be an outline of Biggie because he's been riding Biggie's coattails even
Yeah.
while he's in the grave.
I
So,
kind of thought about that. Notorious died what, mid 90s?
yeah.
It's been almost 20 years. Like, damn, bro. Let him rest in
Mm,
peace.
yeah.
So
So,
I don't know.
all right, Rock. Well, I thought this was really, really good. Check out the weekly review. It's available on iTunes, it's Spotify as well.
Spotify and YouTube, not just Tube, YouTube.
Okay. All right.
And
All right.
I mean it's on iHeart. It's through Anchor, so it's on a lot of different
So it's on
platforms.
everything.
But yeah, but the most popular ones are easily Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
All right. All right, man. Well, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon, my friend.
All right, buddy. It's kind of hot in here, isn't it? I'm kidding.
I'm outside, man.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, it is. I know.
Phew, is that? Oh, you froze. Did I lose you? Did I? Lose. So I lose you.